Hey everybody, Adam Welch here with you for a super short video today. Today, we're going to be working on Marcus. Unfortunately, yesterday Marcus got a little sick. There was an issue with the rails. Got that worked on. Everything's fine now. Works like a charm. While I was in there, I noticed that the bellows, the little leather covering here, it became separated from the paper at the bottom. So I fixed that up. But, unfortunately, again, I noticed that I'll take all this off in a second. I noticed that the top of the focal plane shutter, when it's in the open position, that curtain hangs down maybe about 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe not even that much, maybe 1/8 of an inch, over the back of the film plane. So you're getting a little, like, shadow around the top of the film. And I'm getting ready to take Marcus here out west, Route 66. So of course I want my beautiful boy here as healthy as he can be. I think what I can do to fix this, of course if you watched the other restoration video of Marcus, you've seen it all torn apart. But I believe all I have to do, of course, is take the ground glass, the back off here, and then take the little side panel with the shutter mechanism off. And there's 2 rods, one at the top, one at the bottom, that runs through the curtain. It's got some little cogs, and I think if I just wind that back a turn, that's going to solve our problem. If you know these cameras much at all, you know there's not a lot of information, at least not hands-on information, concerning that focal plane shutter. So I figured even though it's going to be a short video, I'd take you along with me and at least show you a little bit about what we're going to do here in case you run into the same problem. So let's get it done. Alright folks, first thing is first, we've got to take the film holder back off of here so we can, and the ground glass of course, to get to the focal plane shutter that's hidden underneath there. You don't have to take the shade off, which I love doing that as always. You don't have to take that off, but of course this has to come off. There's all the screws. This is a pacemaker version of the Speed Graphic 4x5. Yours may be a little bit different. This should, but this should be for most Speed Graphics. There's 3 screws here at the bottom, Phillips head, and 2 Phillips head here at the top. Now, unfortunately, you do have to take the actual Graph-Lock back off these little guys here because there's a little flathead screw hidden right there just to make your day miserable, and that's got to come out too to get this entire assembly out. Oh, and one thing I'll mention, you saw it in some other videos, if you don't have one of these nifty little toolkits, guys, just pick one up. They're like 20 bucks. And if you tinker with your own cameras like I do, work on anything, I can't tell you how many situations this little guy's bailed me out of. So just invest a little bit and get one of those if you like to mess around with this kind of thing. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and get to this. Be very careful when you're taking your screws out. These are old cameras. This particular camera is like 70 years old. And if you do make the unfortunate faux pas and strip a screw out of the wood, take a toothpick, put in some wood glue, cram it down in there, break it off, trim it off maybe with an X-Acto knife, and while the glue is still fairly pliable, just put your screw back down in there. You may have to start a little pilot hole with your screwdriver, but that should take care of these stripped holes in that old wood. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. When you're taking these spring screws off, they do have little tiny washers on them, so be sure you don't lose that. Now here is of course the focal plane shutter, and this is our last screw to take out that flathead. So this whole back assembly will just lift off of there. And voila, set that aside. Right now, of course, the shutter is closed. Turn it where it's a little bit more easy for you to see. Top of the camera, bottom of the camera, right side, left side. I'm going to turn our curtain to open. There we go. Now it's open. Sorry guys, I thought I had set on something else. But anyway, You can see right here, the curtain, that lip hangs down just a little too far. It should be up somewhere around right there. So like I said, I think this just needs one more turn of the cog that way of this rod, which is seated right here, and hopefully that's going to take care of the problem. You might want to end up taking the, well, I put this strap on there, but if you have a strap, take that off. Probably want to take your little rubber, leather handle off of there. I'm not going to because I'm lazy. I'm just going to deal with it, and I have done this before. But on this side, this is the shutter assembly for the focal plane shutter. You'll have 2 flathead screws up top, and then 4 down here at the bottom that have to come out. This whole thing should lift up out of there. I'm going to push the governor forward, and then I'm going to take this whole thing out. If you have the rangefinder still on there with a little telescopic sight thing, you have to unscrew that as well. And I've closed that so the pressure is off the curtain. Plate is off. Those light seals that I made for this working pretty well. And here is the, again, the beautiful rear curtain mechanism of the Speed Graphic pacemaker. Yeah, this is the end of that rod. I've got to take this plate off to get to the end of that mechanism, and I think we're going to be virtually home free after that. Hopefully. And to get this off, you can see there's 2 brass screws on either side there. 2, 3, 4. Alright, screws are out. This should lift up. Now there's a little washer right under here. I just know that sits on top of the end of that rod. So be careful when you pull that off. Be sure it's not stuck to the bottom of the plate or falls out anywhere, because you will need that. Alright. That is out. See that there? Again, guys, if you really want to see the internals of this, go watch that restoration video on Marcus. Shows a lot more. This is the end of that top rod I was talking about, that little cog. I think all I have to do is just twist that and seat it another cog or 2 up on that plate, and hopefully that'll solve a problem. So I'm going to do that. Probably won't film it, but I'll film the results. All right, just FYI, that's a little washer I was talking about that seats right on the top of this here, which I just dropped. There he is. Keep up with that. So what I've done, again, bottom of the camera, top of the camera, I have wound the shutter, focal plane shutter, to open, and I positioned it right at the top of that. Get it good and even. There we go. Make sure that's good and taut. So now that that's even, I'm going to fit the plate onto those cogs and try to do this with one hand here. This little area right there, that hole, those cogs fit right there. If that big wheel with the 4 holes in it, those cogs turn those cogs, and if I get those lined up, put them on here just like this, I think that should fix the problem. So we'll see. Before I put the plate back on here and line it up with those cogs, you'll notice the window is set to open, of course, because the shutter's open. But with the governor down, and the governor is this little thing right here that splits the shutter speeds, be sure that it lines up on both of the O's before you put it on there, and you'll save yourself a lot of headache. Quick update, guys. I just simply needed 3 hands, so I ended up taping. This is just some simple painter's / gaffer's tape. Put a little tape on here to hold the shutter, the curtain, exactly in place, because it was just getting virtually impossible to get these things lined up with the plate here and then keep all this stuff even how I wanted it. So maybe a little good idea if you find yourself in the same situation. Just be careful when you're removing it from the curtain. Man, okay, I think I've got this seated where it needs to be and everything is lining up here. Sorry I didn't film everything, guys, but I have a delicate operation. I think this was harder. I'm not even still sure if it worked. I think this was harder to do than taking the whole thing apart. But what I'm about to do here, wind up some more tension on the spring, clamp that down, and then see if the shutter works. Screw this plate down, but not put the cover back on, and seeing if this fixed it. All right, I've got this tensioned to roughly where it was last time, which was about 5.5 turns. I think the manual calls for 5, but it took about another half turn. Anyway, going to put the little brass screws back in here so I can really wind the shutter mechanism and see if this works. All right, I think we got the plate buttoned back up anyway. Got the shutter wound to 1/1000th of a second. Nice. Cycle through here. Much better. I mean, there's maybe a millimeter's worth of overhang there, but I'm able to live with that. Much better than it was. So I'm gonna get everything actually put back together here finally. All right, so I lied. I really couldn't stand for that not being perfect, but I think we're okay now. I'm gonna wind this up. You can see where the bottom of the shutter now is perfectly even with the little guides here. Nothing up top. I'll crank us. Pay no attention to that. You want to crank up to 1000. And now she's open, completely clear, and I'm happy. Now I'm going to get everything buttoned up. All right, guys, Marcus is all buttoned back up here, I have to say, performing better than ever. So I guess it was kind of a good thing I had to take everything apart, because I feel so much better now that I've got that shutter where it's not in the way of the images. So, hope you got something out of this, guys. I'm Adam Wells. If you have any questions about this, I'll do my best to help you. As usual, you know where to put those. Talk to you later, folks.